Hello, everyone. Welcome to my video series on the heroine's journey. I'm Susanna Liller, and it's time to find your happiness and to identify what gets in the way of that. And I will tell you that with all new initiatives, all existing initiatives that aren't going anywhere, it seems like on the journey that the biggest thing that gets in our way is fear. Fear, fear. I was just talking with a very successful doctor, a woman who has been in the aesthetics and laser treatment medical business for a long time. She left her existing practice where she was partnering with somebody else and then went out on her own, maybe 8 or 10 years ago. And now she's in the process of expanding her business so much she needs office space that's twice the size of what she has. She is wonderful. She is very successful. And as we sat and talked about what I do and how I help women in transition from one thing to the next, and she asked me what gets in their way, and I said, bottom line, fear of taking that step across the threshold into a new adventure. And she proceeded to tell me it was exactly the same for her, that she decided to make this big move and she was scared the whole time and sat there in her new office space and waiting for the phone to ring and thinking, what if it doesn't ring? What if people don't follow me here? What have I done she said, what have I done? Asked herself that question and said, there are 3 people that I brought along with me and they're depending on me. And she said, all about feeling like an imposter. And it was so, I had this whole view of her and who she was, and it was so different from how she had seen it. But she said, and I agreed, we all do it. And she asked me, how do you do it, Susanna? How do you help then women get over that fear? And I said, well, we talk about a lot of things and we do different things, but mostly it's to let them know they're not alone. Just like she and I were talking and saying, yeah, I've been there. We're afraid when we do something new, particularly something big, that it's something we all have in common, and not to think that we're alone or just somebody else does it so fearlessly, but we don't. It might look that way, but it strikes the heart, the fear in the heart and in the gut of everyone. And I talked to them about how it's to be expected, that it's part of the journey, that when you get ready to cross into something new, you hear a call to try something, to make a change, and you get ready to cross, that you will hear what we call in the heroine's journey, the threshold guardian voices. And just expect it. Know that they'll be coming. And they don't just do it at the start of the journey, they do it before, as you cross over the threshold into your new adventure, and onward. They're always there, though they can get a lot softer and quieter. But usually at the threshold of the crossing to go on your journey, they're the loudest. And those are the voices that say, and you've heard them. We've all heard them. And I've asked women to write them down, and I'm astonished how it's the same in everybody's head. You're not good enough. You're too old to be doing this. You'll never make enough money. You're not enough. You'll never make it happen. Oh, you've said that before. You never do it. All those things. You're too young. We've heard them over and over again. And those are the voices of the threshold guardians. And they're in your head, but they're also people around you because they've heard those voices. And oftentimes the people around you are threatened by your chutzpah that you're going to do this. And they're thinking, I should be doing this. I should be doing something like this. And so they try to keep you back. And all of those voices are in a way trying to keep you within the boundaries of what they know. And don't go out into the wilderness. What will happen? What will happen to me? You'll be leaving me. You'll forget about me. All of that, expect it. And as you talk about transition and helping people with fear, if they know that this is part of it and those voices are going to be yammering away, then that helps to know, oh, it's because I'm trying something really new for me. And also know that those voices have been with us since we've been human because they're part of that old part of your brain, prehistoric brain, that prepared us for, oh no, what's around the corner? Oh no, saber-toothed tiger, you better stay in the cave and don't go out. Again, creating our limits. So there's that. The other thing I talk to them about is practicing leaving your comfort zone. Even before you do something big that you've been wanting to do, you can always practice exercising that, leaving your comfort zone muscle, doing something, even if it's just a teeny bit worrisome, scary, anxiety producing for you. Practice it, do it, because then it gets easier. And so that's what we're doing when we do what I want to talk to you about today, the comfort zone challenge. So the comfort zone challenge is something we do in 7 weeks' time, and it's going to be starting up soon on September 25th, which is a Monday. And for the next 7 weeks, you'll be receiving an email if you sign up, and you sign up on my website, susannaliller.com. And you'll get an email that will give you an exercise or something to do that week. So the very first email is sort of setting it out. This is how we're going to be doing it, but it also gives you fun things to just experiment with. And so much of this is about encouraging you to experiment, explore, try something out. It's how we learn what we like and how we don't like. All those dates with people that you really ended up not liking, well, it helped you find out what you didn't like. So if we never venture out, we don't really fine tune what we want, what we know we want. So that first email will be about maybe changing something about your appearance. The second one, I ask you to look back and look at the times you have left your comfort zone, even in a big way, and that you survived it, and what got you through, and how did you feel? We all, and I think particularly women, forget what we've done. And I can't tell you how many women I've worked with where they're worried about what they're going to be doing, and they forget, oh my gosh, look what you've done. You went to law school, you went to medical school, you walked the Appalachian Trail, and those are all big things, and you might not have done big things like that, or you may have, but you have done things, I know, that were out of your comfort zone. So I ask people to remember that. And then in the third one, I ask people to identify, okay, within this 7 weeks time, identify what it is you're going to do as a new change in your life. And it can be anything. And I encourage people to realize that what's something big or a comfort zone challenge for you might not be for somebody else. And so in a way, it's good to just keep it to yourself, because other people might go, oh yeah, right. You're going to climb Mount Katahdin. I've done that 5 times already. Well, we're different, and our challenges, it might be you're really comfortable talking with people, even strangers, and that person who climbed Mount Katahdin 5 times isn't, and that would be their comfort zone challenge. So don't compare, don't judge, but choose something. Now, it doesn't have to be done within the 7 weeks time. You could just decide what you want to do and then start it. And I would be an example of that, though I wasn't very smart in thinking how I was going to do mine. But I was really just sort of trying it out. NaNoWriMo is the challenge that you can get to online that has you write a novel in a month. And so we had started this in October of last year, and same kind of thing, 7 weeks, but it merged into November. And for me to think that I could write, I think you write 700 words a day, or maybe it's more than that. I don't remember, in order to finish a novel, which is a certain number of words. And I certainly started it, but then November for me is Thanksgiving. And for me, it's hosting Thanksgiving, and usually about 21 people. And there was no way that I could write a novel in the same month that I have to host 21 people for a big Thanksgiving dinner. So, but I got into it. I started it. Yes, I had the intention of going back to it. Have I? No, I still can. But I got into what it was like to accept a challenge and to at least to start. So again, choose something small, medium that you could do within the remaining. So you choose it the third week, and then you have 4 more weeks. Maybe you can end it, but or be like me and start it and don't finish it. But it's just like, try it, explore, find something. Maybe for you, it's going to a restaurant all by yourself, or going to a movie all by yourself where you have never done it before. What have you not done before that you thought you might want to try? So another thing, another place to look for your comfort zone challenge is something that's you've been saying you're going to do forever, and it's been on your list and you just haven't made the time. And so what people have chosen, one person said, I've always wanted to explore working with clay. I'm going to go do that. I'm going to go find a class and do it. Somebody else, taking French lessons. Somebody else, this is different. I'm going to tell my mother something that I've never told her before. I've kept it as a secret, and it's time. It's weighing on me. I want to tell her. Another person, all the cool kids sit at a particular table in my work. I'm going to go and sit with the cool kids or travel somewhere alone. And again, it's up to you, something you want to try. And so we do that. And then the next couple, we talk about it, but the fifth one, we talk about the threshold guardians. And I ask you to think about, what do they say? What do they say for you when you announce, this is what I'm going to do? And I have you write what they say, and then I have you write your counter to them. So if they say, you'll never be able to get it done, you'll never do it. And what's the counter for you? Again, for everybody, it can be different, but it could be, all right, maybe I've said that in the past, but this time I'm going to do it. And you don't know. And that's the thing. Those threshold guardians think they know, and they don't. You're the one that knows, are you going to do it or not? Or if you're, all that comparing gets us nowhere. It just damages us. So then we talk about, oh, actually, the fifth one, or maybe it's the sixth one. It's the sixth one. We do something just for fun, because in a way, if we're very serious and forcing this and getting stressed about it, that doesn't help us get it done. So we lighten up a bit, and then we get to 7, and it's celebration wherever you are. If you started it and didn't finish it, it's okay. Because what will happen is it's in you, the process, and we're going to try to do this once every quarter. So you might do it the next time. But again, I can't stress enough how this will help you with your fear of doing something outside of your comfort zone. So I hope that you'll try it. I hope that you'll check out my website. It's right there when you pull it up, and there's a counter so you can sign up now, but it starts on the 25th, and I'd love to see you in there. So good luck. Good luck leaving your comfort zone, and let me hear how you do. If you have any questions, Susanna@susannaliller.com, you can email me. Thank you for joining me today to talk about the challenge, the comfort zone challenge, to talk about fear, to talk about the threshold guardians. And I will see you hopefully at my next video posting. And I hope you'll subscribe so you'll know when the next one is.